Rise news analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss Tinubu's resolve to permanently change Nigeria's narrative of poverty, insecurity. Thanks for joining us, as always.
It's a pleasure being here.
Good afternoon. Right. Now, so some would argue probably this is another political rhetoric. We've heard such intentions before, but we're still where we are. I'd like your take on that.
Right. The rhetoric did not come in a vacuum. He said what he said to a contingent from Rivers State, and that contingent is unique in one aspect. It involved both parties, the PDP, which won the election, and the APC. And they have come to thank the president for putting Rivers State sons in position of power. So they are happy. Wike is very much there. And they are proud that Wike is there. And Tinubu has said he's sure Wike will deliver. But there is despondency in many places in the land. The PDP, particularly, maybe after listening to this Tinubu speech, or maybe before, said that the nation is in dire straits, in a state of despondency, insecurity, and poverty, and the government is not doing anything. And our government is even trying to turn the Nigerian nation into a one-party state. Coincidentally, and I won't say funnily, but it is there, the views of the PDP coincides with the views of the Catholic bishops. You get me? That the nation is in the grip of poverty and insecurity. With the rider from the Catholic people that the lifestyle and remuneration of politicians or legislators or those in government is a mockery of this level of poverty in the land, and government should do something about it. But then, see, if you look at it, this presidency was secured on a Muslim ticket. Even though the APC has tried to balance this dangerous arrangement, it is still affecting our security. It is still affecting our perception of the quality of governance that we are having. Leave the PDP aside, it has gone to court. The Catholic bishops have come out to show they are still aggrieved. But then on this security, what I will say is to bridge the religious divide. See, the other time that ECOWAS was about to attack Niger for the coup. You know who stopped the whole thing? It was Islamic clerics. Okay. You get me? So if they can stop ECOWAS from doing that to Niger and stay in the hand of government, they should be able to help us stem the tide of insecurity in the land. Because they are mostly in Islamic regions, whether you like it or not. The Catholics have spoken. They are not happy. But then, there is a panacea. It is a Muslim ticket. Tinubu can get some mileage out of exploiting that religious, cultural affinity or connection between insecurity and a solution to it. He's a Muslim, and he's a Muslim. He should exploit it. That's my first take. And then, see, on the issue of the economy and poverty, I don't know why we are still following, I keep on saying IMF conditionalities. You get me? If you see the published reports of banks nowadays, it's almost going to 1 trillion, 900 billion, and so on. I don't want to mention names of any banks. It means they are getting something out of this system. The rest of society is collapsing, but they are getting something out of the system. Government should liaise with them, not force them, that they should pump something back into the system. And if they do not agree, of course, they can search, investigate their sources of funds and the application of funds. They cannot be making such fantastic profits in the midst of such poverty. Get me? If they don't come out of their own volition to show that they are good corporate citizens, government should find a way of making them become good corporate citizens and helping Nigerians out of the quagmire of poverty and suffering. That's my take for now.
Mr. Sobowale, thank you so much for your insight. You know, all the things you're mentioning in terms of the Islamic clerics that were able to intervene in Niger and also the state of the economy. We understand now that Nigeria's debt has also jumped by 75% in 3 months. It sounds a bit like these are medium to long-term solutions. But if you could see steps taken as early as this minute, today, what would you...
Want to turn me to a magician? But then, I can, in a way, let me be a realist.
Yeah.
I read somewhere, Umahi, the Minister of Works, said he inherited contracts, road contracts worth 41 trillion. That he has started paying some, which means there are projects out there on the ground that we wish if implemented. You see, if infrastructure is okay, the roads are okay, and the roads last longer, food will get to the market before
trade will be facilitated.
People will be able to do their businesses and earn a living. See the railways too. They are trying to move container shipment from the trailers that have destroyed all our roads to the railways. That's how it used to be. You get me? If the freight are moving interland and the roads are free for those who do interstate trading and all that, the economy will come back. So you give them a chance.
All right.
But not today.
Still talking about giving them a chance, Mr. Sobowale.
Yes.
He has 4 years.
Yes.
How realistic is that?
What?
How realistic is that?
That's
in
his
terms
tenure.
of alleviating that poverty, that changing, changing and actual implementations are two things.
No, you see, I share his. He has the experience.
Okay.
He has the experience. And I don't want to be personal with him because I know he wrote a book with the American consul, Financialization, which show that, he knows the problem on the ground, especially with these banks making profit. That it is banks are big corporate bodies that run economy. Financialization is making the capitalistic system, the instruments of production and labor, inferior or subject to the domination of the banks and financial institutions. That is how the world is run nowadays. And then it has made it clear that democracy and poverty go hand in hand, invariably in developing countries. He should be able to stem the tide of that because he has promised Nigerians, he has said Nigerians are not lazy and it is not our destiny to be poor. Let us give him a chance to prove that.
Speaking of a chance, Mr. Sobowale, I know one of the things you mention often is the need for the government to intervene in certain sectors, like what we're seeing happening with the subsidy removal and the economy and whatnot. So are you content with the pace of the intervention in these various sectors? Or
I'm not, especially with the way the Naira is going down vis-a-vis the dollar. But you cannot continue like that. You see, I read somewhere that India bought oil and used these rupees just this last week.
Okay.
Use these rupees, not dollars. I know there's bricks there. Maybe very soon we'll be using our own currency. Imagine if you have to use the Naira, you get me, to buy the things we have. You get me? Somebody brings in $10,000 to this nation. You can buy all of us. Just to convert it to the Naira. That is not all. No government can preside over its own liquidation, financially and economically. So I expect him to intervene sooner than later.
I also remember Russia having issues with using the rupees to do some financial transactions, of which they're saying then portfolios or the financial portfolios are trapped within that Indian sphere. But away from there, coming from those initial reforms, you mentioned earlier about zero subsidy and what have you in terms of the palliatives. How does that give confidence to the electorate that, okay, he's on the right path, that he's actually going to do this within the allotted time, constitutionally given to him?
Look, Nigerians have largely given him benefit of doubt.
Okay,
You get me?
a blank check. So to
And
speak.
they gave him huge political capital
Okay.
of goodwill and trust. He should not waste it. And I pray it does not. So he has to move with the speed of light, like she wants, so that everything miraculously is settled in one day.
Indeed.
But you have to be pragmatic. He's moving. And I wish him Godspeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right.
Just,
Okay. You
I
want
have to say though, Mr. Sobowale, just to say, you know, I'm supporting your bid for intervention by
Yeah,
saying
I know.
by prompting you for speed. So we're on the same page.
We must make haste slowly.
Okay,
Right.
duly noted. Thank you so much. Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you for joining us on Newsday.